Hayley Tamaddon is right here with some fantastic news. We all know her, of course, as Coronation Street's Andrea. And Del Dingle in Emmerdale before that. Off-screen, though, Hayley is expecting her first baby, which she thought she'd never be able to have. And if all that wasn't enough, she's just got engaged as well, and she joins me now, looking gorgeous, looking blooming.
Thank you.
How are you?
I feel great.
Good.
Yeah,
good,
thank
good,
you.
Good. It's
yeah.
great news.
It is the most unexpected news, but the best news for me.
No, it's great. You really thought that it wouldn't happen?
Yeah, I really did. And there's a few reasons why. I'm 42 for starters.
You do not look 42. You look like a child.
It's my Persian gene. But yeah, I'm 42, and you get to 40, and you think, I think that's it. You know, I've read that there's only a 5% chance of after 40 per month that a woman can get pregnant, and the risk of miscarriage increases massively. And sadly, well, not sadly now, but we did go through that. But what that taught me was that I could get pregnant. Right,
so from the miscarriage, which is a hell of a thing to happen, it's awful, as so many people know, but that made you think, I know...
I can do it.
That's a great way to look at it,
I've got to 42 thinking, it's never going to happen.
Right.
You know? I've had a lot of ovary trouble from a teenager all the way through my life, with ovarian cysts bursting here, there and everywhere, which is not great, but you kind of add everything up. And it took my mum 7 years to have me in the 70s, you know.
Right.
And I was kind of classed as this miracle baby. And you weigh all these up and you think, I've got to the age of 40 and it's never happened. I'm going to throw myself into work, and I'm OK with the fact that maybe this isn't my path. And so I'll just work. And then, you know, I found myself single and 40 years old thinking, well, that's my time gone, be OK with it. And people would say, why haven't you've never had kids? Are you all right? And I'm like, no, I'm very career-minded. And then I met Adrian, who I knew wanted children. Yeah. And, you know, we took our relationship very slowly to start with, and I said, look, I can't have kids. I don't think it's going to happen for me. I've got to 41 at that time. It probably won't happen. And he said, that's OK, maybe we could adopt in the future. And I was like, yes, we could, we could. And so, again, I just thought, it won't
That's
happen.
incredible. It's absolutely brilliant. And the funny thing is, the world is tiny. You two grew up on the same street.
Same street. We went to the same school.
Gosh, but didn't really know each other back then?
No, but his gran knew my mum. We lived 10 doors apart.
No!
And 30 years later, I rang an estate agent when I was in Corrie because I needed somewhere to live.
Sure.
And it happened to be him. And we couldn't believe it at the time. And then we were friends for 5 years and found ourselves 5 years later both being single.
Sort of at the right time?
It was, the timing was crazy.
Stars aligned.
Yeah.
It was supposed to happen.
Yeah, he was just this nice guy who was mine and Dan Brocklebank's estate agent. And him and...
plays Billy, of course, in Corrie.
We were best friends. Me and Dan follow each other everywhere. And him and Dan became really pally and went for a beer every now and again. And we were all single. And so we kind of had a drink in the pub all together one night. And Dan said, I think you should go on a date with him. You're all single, why not? Yeah. And so I did.
So he was Cupid?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dan played a lovely part in it.
Oh, that's fantastic. It really is. I know, I mean, obviously you were in Emmerdale, of course.
Yes.
And there's the big wedding that's happening. We're going to be talking about that later.
Why am I not there?
You should be there.
No.
She should be there. She should.
Causing chaos.
I know, but Coronation Street as well, though. Corrie's very, very close to your heart. I'd love to see you back there.
Thank you.
Especially when you're a mum, because it's the closest thing to getting regular hours.
I know.
Apart from being on stage.
It would be a dream to go back to Corrie. It really would. I see all my friends from Corrie all the time. I'm so close to them.
Yeah, well, you might as well just come along and be on it then.
I know. Sort that out, Lorraine.
I'm going to sort it out. I think it would be really good because I liked her. And I remember that was the big live episode. Gosh, if you're going to go with a bang.
I know.
Which you did, you and Craig Charles, all together in that gorgeous
It was lovely to go in the live. It was such a celebration. But, you know, there's always a chance she could come back.
Definitely.
You know, cause a bit of chaos with Steve.
I think so. We could... That would work really well. That would be a great idea.
Maybe she could run the cab company for a while or something, you know?
Yes, and sort it out.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, I'm glad you approve.
I approve. wholeheartedly. And you are going to go back to work because you're a grafter.
I am,
You know,
yeah.
you are. And I mean, you had the first few months of your pregnancy, you were on stage, of course.
I was
Something
doing...
Jamie.
Everybody's talking about Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm still in the group chat, which they're all probably thinking, why is she in that still? But I loved that company so much.
Oh, it's great fun. And Shane Ritchie was there because he's one of the first people that you told about the baby.
I did. I told him and two of the girls who I was really close to, and they kept it a secret for me the whole time, which is just wonderful. Shane thinks he's going to be godfather. He's not.
Oh, no, he will. He'll give you great praise.
Oh, I love that man so much.
And do you know what I think's great? You're engaged as well.
Yes.
And obviously Adrian asked permission.
He did.
I think that's lovely. It's very old-fashioned.
He rang my parents and put them on speakerphone while they were gardening, so the whole neighbourhood knew, you know, because they were just screaming down the line.
Oh,
bless them.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. And a lovely proposal as well.
Beautiful.
And a beautiful ring. Very classy.
No.
Very classy, young miss.
I do well.
Oh, it's great. So you're going to be a mummy and a bride?
I am. I think the mummy first and the bride can just wait a little bit, you know.
And then he or she can be there, which would be great. That'll be absolutely lovely. I can't wait for you. I'm so happy for you. You're such a lovely woman and you really deserve it.
Thank you so much.
Just relax, take it easy.
Yeah, that's easier said than done with me.
I know, as much as you can. But do that, and obviously you will be bouncing back with a little baby. How great is that?
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
I'll bring...
Please,
him.
He or she.
Or her.
Yes, he or she.
To meet you, I think I might have just told you what it is.
OK. So I'll be knitting blue booties then.